prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and today we're going to look at some projections for the 2021 season in SEC play. Vegas has put out some numbers, so we're going to take a look at that, break that down, because look, the reality is Vegas was not built on winners. I'm not really a gambling guy, but Vegas knows what they're doing. So when we look at predictions and expectations for 2021, why not start with Vegas? So that's what we'll do. We'll take a look at it, because one of the big things on this channel, pretty much every video that goes up, multiple people in the comment section with their predictions talking about how they expect us to win 8 games or 9 games. And I love it. I love hearing what you guys think. On the flip side, there are those that are in the comments and you're saying, Boogie, they might as well bury the program. There's no chance they're not going to win 3 games. You guys are lunatics if you think otherwise. So it's fun. It's fun to be talking about wins and losses, and it's only June. I'm excited about this fall. But before we get into it, as always, guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button. You know the deal. It's just below the video. Just press that thumbs up. It takes you 2 seconds. Helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new, welcome to the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. We will be continuing to follow the baseball team as they head to Omaha for the College World Series, so tune in for that. But enough plugs and nonsense. Let's get into the video. And again, it's SEC football. Vegas projects in-conference win totals for every team in 2021. And I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to look at a few of them. And then obviously we'll take a look at Tennessee and see what we can make of it. The article here from 24/7 Sports says, will defending national champion Alabama run roughshod through the SEC during the 2021 season, or will nationally ranked Georgia or another worthy challenger knock the Crimson Tide off their throne in the nation's most competitive league? So we take a look at the over-under for conference win totals for each SEC team. Again, we're not going to go through them all, but we'll take a look at some of them. And, of course, you start here at the top with Alabama. And, again, Vegas is spot on. Vegas is spot on. Alabama at 7.5, because if you're going to place a bet, well, you're going to take a look. Is Alabama going to run the table? Or are they going to go 8-0 in conference play, or are they going to drop a game? So that's 7.5 is exactly where you would expect Alabama to be. Arkansas there at 2.5, Auburn 3.5, Florida's interesting to me because, and there is one particular listener, and I'm sorry I can't remember everybody's name, but they feel very confident that Tennessee is going to roll into Florida undefeated and take Florida to the woodshed. I just don't see it. And maybe it's battered VAWLS syndrome, because in the words of Brent Hubbs from VolQuest, I have to see it to believe it. I just never have confidence going into that Florida game. They might be down. Doesn't seem to matter. They've got Florida at 5.5 conference wins. It says here, Vegas views Florida like many other analysts. Still a contender, but not the favorite in the SEC East. Gone is quarterback Kyle Trask, tight end Kyle Pitts, and wide receiver Tony, among other key contributors. Again, it just seems to me it doesn't matter. It never seems to matter. If Florida's down, how many years should Tennessee have beaten Florida? And that streak went on for so long. Obviously, it's over. But Florida still has that it factor. And I guess I'm beat down. I guess it's battered VAWLS syndrome. We'll talk about that in just a minute. They've got Georgia at 7. When you look at Georgia, how long until their fan base is over smart? I mean, I know he is loading that roster. He's building that roster up, but he always does less with more. When we talk about the baseball program, or even when we talk about what Rick Barnes did with that basketball program, he came in and he did more with less. He did more with less. Then you start to build, the recruits start to come, and then that's how you start to build a program. But Kirby Smart at Georgia has always seemed to do less with more. The recruits come, but they can't get over the hump. They've got them at 7 in-conference wins. Another year, another offseason of sky-high expectations for Georgia. I don't know. I'm curious what they're – if Alan V. Troll Patrol is in the chat, what are your thoughts, Alan? Kentucky there at 4.5, LSU at 4.5, Mississippi State 2.5, Missouri 3.5. So Ole Miss 4. When you look at Ole Miss, that's a big showdown everybody is looking forward to. Tennessee and Ole Miss. Not going to be a whole lot of defense played in that game, but going to be some fireworks. Should be fun to watch. Obviously, the Lane train coming back to town. That'll be a fun game. South Carolina 1.5. But let's look at it. This is what we want to talk about. Vegas has Tennessee predicted at 3 in-conference wins. Now, you can look at this one of two ways, I guess. Some people could come in. They could roll in and say 3 wins. This is Tennessee. That's not acceptable. You got to look at reality. You have to look at where Tennessee is at in this process. A lot of times I say Tennessee is at rock bottom. That offends some of you. Some of you say this isn't rock bottom. It could get worse. God help us all. God help us all if it gets worse. For me, I get a little optimistic because, again, what did I say at the top of the video? Vegas wasn't built on winners. They know what they are doing. They're spot on with these numbers. We're going to take a look at the overall schedule and see what that could mean for Tennessee. Because, again, go back to the video I made on expectations. What do you expect in 2021? There's a difference between saying, well, I see 8 wins. I can see a possibility of 9 wins. I think that's a little high, but what are your true expectations? Just because I say my expectation is set at 6 wins, that doesn't mean I don't see 8. 8 could be possible. But when I say 6, 4 could be possible. Vegas has Tennessee set at 3 in-conference wins. It says first-year head coach Josh Heupel has seen success in a head coaching capacity, considering it was as recently as 2019 that he coached UCF to 10-win total. But how might he fare as a first-year SEC head coach? Tennessee's 2021 schedule includes games against 2 opponents who have been no stranger to double-digit win totals in recent years, those being Alabama and Georgia. As for the rest of the SEC schedule, Florida, Ole Miss, Missouri, and Kentucky have higher projected win totals. South Carolina have lower. So let's take a look at the schedule for 2021. So again, South Carolina, Vanderbilt with lower win totals. So you would think the prediction would be that Tennessee can grab those 2 in-conference games. And I've kind of talked about this before, but when you look at those 4 non-conference games, that's where Tennessee has to take care of business. Bowling Green, Tennessee Tech, South Alabama should be wins. That Pitt game is absolutely huge on September the 11th. Circle it on your calendar because that is going to either create momentum or create dread for this 2021 season. Tennessee goes 3-0 and rolls into Florida on September the 25th. There's going to be some hype. There's going to be some momentum behind this football program. And again, one of the listeners thinks that Tennessee is going to roll in and take care of business. I hope you are right. And that post-game show will be a lot of fun because close your eyes and imagine. Tennessee rolls into Florida, comes out 4-0. The next 3 games on the schedule would be winnable. And that's why when you guys start getting excited and you start saying, Boogie, I see 8 wins, I see 9 wins, it's possible. Anything is possible. But what is your expectation? So again, going back to the article, Vegas projects 3 SEC wins for Tennessee. Take care of business in your non-conference games. Again, that Pitt game is huge, but Tennessee should take care of business in their non-conference games. You get those 4, you get your 3 conference wins predicted by Vegas. You're looking at 7-5. I consider that a success for the first season of the Josh Heupel era. Now, does that mean 7 wins is good enough? No. Listen to the full video before you make your comments. The full video. 7 wins is not where we want to be at Tennessee. but it is acceptable in year one of the Josh Heupel era. And then we want to see him build. We want to see progress. We want to see this team get better. The same goes for recruiting. When we drop a video on recruiting and people come in talking about 3-star U and how it's not acceptable and you have to have 5 stars. Obviously, guys, obviously. But we want to see progress. It's year one. There are a lot of factors surrounding this program right now. Let it play out. Seeing the projections, 3 conference wins, take care of business in the non-conference. That's a good start for the Josh Heupel era. Build momentum from there. Leave me a comment, guys. I've talked about this, quite a bit previously. Talked about expectations, what I think for 2021, but I love to hear from you guys. You think 3 conference wins is spot on? You see more, you see less. What 3 conference games do you think they win? Because, again, when I look at it, I see Missouri, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, all winnable. All winnable. But that doesn't mean they win every one. Those are toss-ups that I think Tennessee can compete in. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Do me a favor, smash that like button on the way out the door if you have not done so. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you expect for 2021. Again, Vegas wasn't built on winners. That's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
How like we poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.